Okay, in this video I want to go over this magazine spread summative project, specifically what I'm looking for and how to accomplish some of these things. So first thing, create a new document, 8.5 by 11 inches. So File, New Document, 8.5 inches by 11 inches. Now here's something that's new though. I want this to be 2 pages long. So if I come in here, number of pages, we want this to be 2 pages long, and we actually want to have 2 different columns. So it says 2 columns and 0.25 inch margins. So 0.25 inch margins all the way around. Okay, so I click OK. And when this creates, this is page 1, and then page 2 is actually over here. So the next thing that it says is insert a frame at the top of the first page to include a picture that covers the whole top. So I'm going to come over here. I'll insert a frame that kind of covers the whole top area, kind of like right there. And then we're going to find an image of White Sox baseball. We're going to find an image about something that we're going to write about, because this is a magazine article that you're going to have to write. So you kind of want to find some type of image that reflects that. So I actually think something like this might be cool. So I'm going to save image as, save this, then let's go to InDesign, File. Now notice that this is already selected, my frame on the top, File, Place, find that image that I just downloaded, and then I can double click on that image. I can scale it up. Maybe this quality isn't the best. Yeah, I'm going to find a better image here. So make sure when you're searching for images, let's go to Tools, Size, Larger Than. We're going to go like 8 megapixels. We're going to find some huge image here. Alright, so we'll go with something like this. So visit the image, whoops, right click, save image as, save, and then let's go back here to InDesign, File, Open, or File, Place, find that White Sox image, okay, and then I'm going to have to scale this guy down a little bit now, Control minus, maybe bring that down a little bit, something that looks like that. That actually looks pretty good. I kind of like that right there. Okay, so now that I have that in there, I'm going to want to place some text on top of that for the title. So I'm going to click on my text box, and I'm going to want to, let me get rid of this for now, I'm going to create a frame that kind of starts in that upper corner and kind of takes up this whole thing. We're going to go ahead and click on center, align center right here. I'll hit enter a few times. We're going to increase the size of this. White Sox. Okay. Maybe we'll bring that down. White Sox baseball. Alright, let's change some of the colors here. So I'll make it outline, and maybe I'll make outline, and maybe I'll make it black and then make the outline white. Let's see what that looks like. Actually, flip these. There we go. Red Sox baseball. I don't love that font, so let's find a different font right there that actually looks cool. Let's increase the size of that. Alright, let's delete that. I'm also going to increase the want to increase the stroke a little bit, so I'm going to go to Window, Stroke. There it is. Maybe 5 is too big. Let's try 3. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I got my frame in here, so that looks pretty good. My title, the top, it's very legible. I can read that pretty easily. Alright, so next thing that I'm going to do is I want to create some text frames, and I'm going to create a text frame that kind of starts in this bottom corner right there, and it comes right up to that image. Then I'm also going to create a text frame that does the same thing over here, and then I'm going to come down here. I want to create 2 text frames that actually fill this whole area. So there, notice I'm just following the margins. Alright, there we go. So now I would like to, I'm going to click in here and I'm going to write a paragraph about, I don't know, something interesting that happened to you. So if you come into the directions here, it says we're going to write at least one paragraph, 15 sentences, telling a story of an exciting event that you experienced. So we're going to copy and paste the same paragraph multiple times. So I'm going to pause this really quick. Okay, so I'm actually just going to, you should actually write your own paragraphs, but I'm just going to kind of write a couple. I just copied a couple paragraphs here that I have from another article. So you're going to write about an exciting story, something that happened to you. I'm not going to write that. I'm just going to copy and paste this. So now that I have that in there, I'm going to go ahead. Now notice where it ends right there, that word. So it's and the White Sox weren't. So then I want to find the White Sox weren't. Delete up to there and then do expecting. So because the way people read, they read down in a column and then they start up at the next column, start reading again. So it says White Sox weren't, and then I'll hit enter again, and we're just copy and pasting here. So this one starts on the Monday, ends on the Monday. So over here, I'm going to delete that. This one starts that second, and I'm just gonna keep copy and pasting this. Okay, that one again ends on the Monday. So something like that. And this is gonna look relatively similar. That's okay. Alright, so now that I have my text all filled in here, the next thing that we're going to want to do is, if we notice, 12-point font, copy and paste. So the next thing we want to do is we want to, with the first paragraph selected, we're going to go to Window. So I'm going to actually move this over here. First paragraph selected. I'm going to go to Window and then type in Tables. So type in Tables, and then I go to Paragraph, which is right there, and then change the drop down, so we're going to click right here and we're going to do the drop cap and nested style, and we want to change this, the number of lines to 3. So we're going to kind of click on here and we're going to go 3, and then I'm going to click OK. And so that like makes the first letter, that should make the first letter of this big. So now that W, I'm going to select that W and I'm going to change it. So I'm going to make it, let's make it like red. I don't know. We can make it a different color if we wanted. With the White Sox, maybe I'd want to like have an outline. Maybe I'd want to make the inside white, and then add a stroke color to this and make the stroke color like black. Okay, and then I can increase the stroke of that by going to Window, Stroke, and let's make that like 1.5. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe you make that 2. I don't know. Let's see what 2 looks like. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, so notice when you do that, the H right there, at least in mine, is a little bit off. So we might want to increase the spacing right here. So if I take this and I just write White Sox right there, and I change this to, I delete that H right there. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to grab a hold of the H and the W, select both of these, and then I can actually increase right here this width, kind of drag that out. I actually want to go with something pretty big here, like 100. Notice how that like pushes it out a little bit, so that actually looks pretty good. We also want to do this to 3 other letters, so maybe I'll like do this Tilson right here. So again, the way that we would do this, select the paragraph, you go to Window, Type Tools, Paragraph, click up here, go to Drop in Caps, change the lines to 3, click OK, close out of that. Now I got this T right here. We can change the color of this. Maybe I want this one to be, I don't know, green. Fine. Okay. And then also grab the I and the T. Select just that I and that T. And let's increase the spacing of that to like 100. Notice how that like brings it all out. Alright, and then you want to do a total of 4 of these. So I'll grab one more here. Maybe I'll grab that W. Not the W, select the whole paragraph, Window, Type Tables, Paragraph, click up here, go to, I always forget Drop Caps, change this to 3, click OK, close out of that. Now notice that when I did that, I'm going to increase the spacing first, whoops, to 100. Notice when I did that, this reevaluation, so this changes kind of where this was supposed to be down here. So you might have to delete like some of this stuff and then recopy and paste, because now this ends at like reevaluation. So I need to like copy that, and then we would start right there. So reevaluation, so it's basically like this part of the paragraph. I come down here to this, and then you might want to fix this up, maybe just include it all on one paragraph, and then we can start again by copying, pasting, 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 pasting. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more here. Maybe this one is going to be big, so I'll select that paragraph, Window, Type Tables, not paragraph, Windows. Oh yeah, it was Type Tables, Paragraph. Click right there. Go to Drop Caps. Change that to 3. Change the color of that. Make it like I don't know, yellow. And then I can, yellow is actually a pretty terrible color. Let's double click on this. Let's make it like a green. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to select that I and the T. Let's increase that spacing so they're a little bit spaced out. So I'll look. So this one ends at the White Sox on Monday. So then just copy, paste, paste. Whoops. Paste, paste, paste. Okay. So make sure that your paragraph ends. So if you need to end like right there, that's totally fine. You just want to have it keep going, keep going. If you can't fit anymore, notice this, I can't fit anymore right here. You just go ahead and delete so it ends where you want it to end. Alright, so now that I have that, now we're going to add an image in here. So this next part is insert at least one frame to go somewhere inside your text. So, and we want to have a picture in there. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab an image of, I don't know, White Sox. Let's find another image here. Maybe I want like this to be somewhere in mine. I kind of like this image. Right click on it, save image as. Let's go ahead and save this thing. Okay, now I go into Photoshop, I go File, Open, I find that image that I just downloaded, and I use the pen tool or another tool. If you want to use another tool, that's fine too. To crop this out, I'm gonna go quick here, and I want it to come down to here. Let me actually, okay, there we go. Hold down Alt. It's just a little bit easier to do it this way. There we go. Hold down Alt. Come over here. There we go. Hold down Alt, and then have this come back up to here. And that's pretty good. So now I can click mask. That deletes the background, and then I go File, Save As. Want to save this thing as a PNG file. So save, click OK. Now I come back over to InDesign. I'm going to put that, let me get rid of these things. I'm going to create a frame right here, and I'm going to kind of put that right in the center here. Actually, let me move that frame so it's a little bit centered. There we go. And then I go File, Place, find the .png file that I just had. Okay, now that it's in here, I'm going to have to probably double click on it and scale it down, which is fine. Scale that down so that it fits in there nicely. Okay, so now that that's fit in there, notice how text is going over that. I need to have text kind of wrap around this image. So with the image, with the frame selected, I go to Window, Text Wrap, and then I want to find something that like right here, and that should kind of wrap around the image. So notice like the text just kind of wrapped around it. So again, the way that I did that, I want to make sure that I have my image selected, the frame selected, and then you just click Wrap Around Shape. And it should try to figure out the shape of the object and just wrap the text around that. So that looks good to me, so the text isn't wrapped around it. Notice though, when I did that, like this T kind of moved up, so you might want to like try to move your frame around the text so that everything kind of looks. Let me double click on that and bring it up here. We kind of want to move this so that the text looks pretty good around here. So that does look pretty good, but notice again this changed up my paragraphs. So it says beginning in 24-year-old chances of beginning in, so 24 chances of beginning in. So the next part is this. So again, I'd have to copy this, come back down here. That's where I would be at. And then I think it actually needs to go something like that and start over. So make sure that when you're going between pages, like it reads. So it reads this way, beginning in, and then we want, it should be beginning in April 3rd. So, right, April 3rd, opening day lineup. So notice that that works. I actually want you to insert 2 images. So this is just 1 image. I'd actually want you to insert a second image onto this page. So again, the way you do that, you grab the text tool or the frame tool, you find an image that you like. Maybe we like, I don't know, this image right here. Right click, save image as, save it, open that up in Photoshop. So File, Open that up in Photoshop, use the pen tool. I'm going to go really fast around here. You want to do a much better job than I do. Okay. Then we click on Mask, File, Save As. Make sure we save this thing as a PNG file. Save, click OK. Come back to InDesign. Make sure that that frame is selected. File, Place. Find that .png file. It's right there. And double click on that so I can resize it so it fits within the frame. Okay, now with the frame selected, I go to Window, text wrap. Open this up, click on that middle one, and it should wrap the text around the shape. Now notice on this one, it just didn't do a great job of wrapping around it. So so notice on this one, it's just kind of going around the box. So when I click on this, it just goes around the box. It doesn't go around the whole thing. That's not what I want. I want the text to be coming pretty close here. So here's how to fix that. I'm going to click on the no text wrap, click on the pen tool over here, and I'm just going to kind of use the pen tool in InDesign to go around the shape. And you don't have to be exact for this one, but we kind of want to go around the shape. Now that I've gone around the shape, now if I click on this, notice how the text now wraps around the pen line that I created, rather than just wrapping around the box. That's exactly what I want. So I'd like you to have it wrap around the object just like that. That looks perfect. So let's go back to the directions here. We got that. With the image selected, make sure that we have the text wrapping around it. You can kind of see with this one, the text is wrapping around it, just like I showed you. If it doesn't work, if the PNG file doesn't work and it just wraps as a box around it, you might have to use the pen tool, select just as I did, get it around there. Don't export this as a JPEG image. I actually want you to go File, Export, and export this as a PDF file. Okay, so we'll export this thing as a PDF file. Just click OK. And once you have that exported, it should be, double check that yours is 2 pages. So this is on mine exported to, notice it's 2 pages. Oh, so one thing that you'll notice is right there I see that text line around there. I don't want that. So with that selected, I would just come over here and we want this to be nothing as well. So I can flip that and actually drag that. Okay, so now we have that. Let's make this one. Want to make that one nothing. So nothing and nothing. So that should eliminate that. So let's again go to export. Notice now my stroke is nothing. Save, replace it. Yes. Okay. So now, close out of that. File, export, save, yes, click export, click OK. Now I should be good. Double click on this and notice there's no line around that. Perfect. Works for me. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions, and yeah.